Well, howdy do, buckaroos. Well, I am down to my last Finch's Hardcore Chimera, and I drank one when I first brought it home. I tried to do videos for it twice now, and I had, let's just say, technical difficulties. I'm not sure what happened, but somehow the videos got lost, and so I got my last one. I'm hoping I can get a video out here, and here it is. It's a nice color. Pours a slight cloudy, I'm not sure what you'd call that color, you tell me. Nice head, I got a nice, about a 1-inch head there, so it pours well. I'm using my Imperial pint or Nonic pint, whatever you choose to call it. Many folks many serious beer snobs choose stemmed beer glasses over the classic pint like this. I'm just a fan of this type of glass, especially when I have a whole pint to pour. It fits in this glass nicely because it holds 19.2 ounces, so it gives me room for the full 16 plus the head. This is a 9% 80 IBU Imperial IPA that uses, if I can remember here, I don't take notes, that'd just make far too much sense. I don't get wrapped up in the details, man. Citra, Simcoe, Columbus, Cascade, and Mosaic, I believe, is what's in this beast. So there is a lot going on, and like I said, I've already had 3 of these cans, so I have an idea what I'm going to taste. The nose is very pleasant. It is there's Citra and Mosaic, so you do get, those fruity aromas that those 2 particular hops impart. You get a lot of tropical fruit notes, whereas some of the other hops is where you kind of get that classic IPA aromas of citrus and grapefruit specifically, and pine. All of those are apparent on the nose here. Oh yeah. Wow, it is a it is a decent, very nice, very busy Imperial IPA, let's say, because there is a lot of competing flavors. Some will use those classic hops, some will use the more trendy Citra, Mosaic. When you start putting everything together, I think at some point you are going to get some competing flavors, and from that, it's not necessarily what hops you're using. It's the balance, if you're putting them in right. I've had a couple, I'm not going to mention any names right here, that I felt didn't work because there was too much competing flavors where nothing really came out as well. They didn't blend well together. It's like in cooking. There may be certain things you like, but they're not going to work in a recipe together. And I think the same applies with beer. There's a medium to heavy body, I will say, and on the malt end, I certainly am picking up some stone fruit type notes. That give away to the other fruit notes. Again, I get a mango, I get passion fruit. I kind of give way to grapefruit zest and pine-like notes. It's very nice. It's a nice IPA. I'm not sure if it lives up to the moniker hardcore, and I think that becomes a difficulty for me anyway. A lot of these breweries are trying to get extremely clever with their names, and their beers don't always live up to it. I had one, again, I don't want to mention the name. And it was put together fairly well, but it didn't live up to the name. It wasn't, it didn't have as much hops, for me anyway, as the name of the beer would suggest. And this one I feel is the same way. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's extremely busy. I'm not sure about hardcore, but that's going to be up to you to decide if that's really a big deal or not. And I don't suppose it is, I guess. When something says it's going to be hardcore, by golly, I want to slam my ass. I want to whack me in the face. But I remember in past beers having this. I do have a slight chill on it to start with. It does kind of evolve as it warms up a little bit. A lot of the notes are very much sharper very much sharper. That's probably not the right way. Or sharper. Damn, Tom, read a book. Get some English lessons. Yeah, I mean, the notes feel sharper when it's colder to me. As it warms up, they do kind of meld together, which, you know, but the truth is I kind of like the sharper notes, which is why I like a slight chill on it to start with, and I don't want it to evolve, so I get the kind of the best of both worlds. But as it warms up, everything does kind of meld together more harmoniously. The notes are a bit sharper while it's colder. So there you go. Hey, I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. I'm going to finish my hardcore Chimera, let it do what it's going to do, and I'll see you later.